So this track is really cool, but unfortunately the lap doesn't count, and also you run out of inputs. So I got 8 minutes 53 on this, but it's a bit unfortunate that it just doesn't really work. But again, even if you did make a lap count, your inputs run out, so you can't actually save the full ghost. In this run, my inputs die at about 7 minutes in, I think. But you'll see here some slow turns at the start because we don't want to get knocked off by the walls. And then we're going to hop over some of these bits as well. But immediately, a 2-shroom shortcut. Fly out over like this, just using the vertical road to flick yourself over. Very nice, very simple. Hopping over these ones, and then finding a nice bit of momentum where you can easily grab it out. I did a little low trick there on the yellow one so I could get a trick off the red, just to be able to make that landing a bit nicer. It's a very awkward section to do. Here I'm going to use my next shroom, shrooming off the ramp into the wall, flinging myself onto this ramp, tricking again. I wasn't able to control myself to land in the green area. However, I can just come over here and shoot myself back over to the place I'm supposed to be. I can clip the bottom of that wall there so I can actually get loads of height off the ramp, and then that'll help me clear that section with ease. Turning around, doing a respawn here. I'm going to do a bunch of respawn cuts during this just to save my own time, but also I'm skipping really difficult sections and I'm saving lots of time, so I'm definitely doing them. We've got this section here. I'm going to do an out of bounds bounce. Fairly simple. It took a while to figure out, admittedly, but here again more hops because these are open heights. This is a little awkward, but it's fine. Gotta watch out for the out of bounds on this section, but pretty simple. And then using the vertical road to fling yourself out and get you respawn instead of climbing up all the towers. I have no idea how you're actually supposed to climb those. It seems very torturous. Already I'm doing another shortcut. I don't even know if this is a shortcut or if it's slower, but it's just avoiding that big yellow thing with the red bars going across it. It seems very annoying to deal with. Here I'm speeding through this, what I've been calling the snake section, but yeah, absolutely nice and fast. We're back here where I bounced over to earlier. Get familiar with it, we're coming back later as well, but nice and easy. You're gonna see there's a bit of a misalign here, so I kind of steer away. I have the glitch from Mushroom Gorge, I forget the name of it, was it off-road glitch? So I can't get any speed out of the wheelie, which is a bit unfortunate. So sometimes I just won't wheelie. I'm doing another bit of a shortcut here because I could not figure out the section to the left at all. So it ended up being that I could just come back here, do this section I'm already familiar with, and then in the end I can get a little respawn cut out of it too, so actually it's faster as far as I'm concerned. I think it's faster, but hey, we're going to use our vertical road again to jump on over, and then skip all of that section to the left. Now we're up here, and this section's fairly simple, it's just going to be avoiding the out of bounds. So we go off these two, land in the orange, land in the blue. Now because we have off-road glitch, we don't need to worry about wheeling, so I can just kind of maneuver through there and then just drive underneath, because for some reason the red part isn't road, so just go underneath all of that section. Weaving out between these, kind of have to learn where they are, and then back on this beam I was on earlier doing that one shortcut route. However, instead of jumping back to that orange platform, I'm gonna go across the blocks as intended. Just kidding, there's a cannon that kills you. Bit confused by that one for Fina, but maybe there's an explanation for this. I know this was made in a rush, so I'm not judging or anything. Got another shortcut here where we're jumping back over to my snake section, as I like to call it. I'm going along here, back onto the section that I've already done before. Again, kind of repeating sections I've already done, but it's to skip that big rainbow spiral mostly. It's massive, and I didn't want to learn any more sections that I didn't have to learn. So, big time save, didn't have to learn anything, absolutely taking this route. You can go along here, and instead of doing the jump back to the earlier part like I did before, I'm just going to jump off and respawn. So now I'm up here, what am I going to do? Jump off and respawn. Yep. Thankfully, there's some nice gaps in the checkpoints there, so I can just jump across lanes. Here again, we're jumping off. Are we gonna respawn? You probably know by now, but we're actually not gonna respawn. We're landing on the snake again. Hi snake. Snake friend is cool. Okay, now we're gonna go back over here. Trick. Land on this pink platform. Get a bit of a jump over here into respawn 62, which I barely reach. And then that puts us up here. Going across these 3D shapes, I guess you'd call them. And a very basic 3D geometry, of course. And we make it across with these. And then we're just going to skip this whole section to skip 2 long straightaways of obstacles that I don't want to deal with. Gonna respawn. This section took a bit to figure out, but you actually have to reverse up this slope. There's not even a slope, it's a 90-degree wall. But the only way I got up was by reversing. There might be another way of doing that, but that's how I had to do it. More jumps, using the wall to propel ourselves into the air. And now for what I think is probably the coolest part of this one, jumping across these squares. But not only that, but getting the wall bounce so we redirect ourselves onto this orange platform. I was really happy when that worked out. The bad line, awful line now. Going through this section with, again, terrible lines. This was not trying to be super fast, it was just trying to find a route. But we're going around and we're coming out of it now. Another section here where I'm going to stand still minutes over and then just try to get a bunch of air off hitting the wall and the ramp at the same time. And here is where my inputs die, so it's not even 7 minutes into the run, unfortunately. But my inputs are going to die here. And goodbye Funky Kong. Yeah. So that's as far as I can show you with the actual inputs the game is allowed to save. I did get all the way, but it's just I can't save those inputs. I'll figure something out and we can come back to it during the week, but I mean, yeah, I just can't save all those inputs unfortunately.